Good morning and welcome to PyConZA 2015. Thank you everyone for coming. This is the fourth PyCon South Africa, the second one in Johannesburg, and there are 120 of us signed up. Woot! Yes, yes, you can still buy tickets potentially if you come and speak to Adam at registration. Yes, so I wanted to give a quick overview of all of the things that we have in store for you during the conference. There are a lot of talks, there are tutorials, but there are also a bunch of other events and ways for you to get involved and participate in the conference rather than just passively kind of absorbing things, although that's also fine. So the first of these is lightning talks. They're happening this afternoon. Hands up if you know what a lightning talk is. Okay, there are a lot of hands down. So a lightning talk is a 5-minute talk. It's really short. It covers one idea and preferably something fun or exciting. Yeah, and if you want to give a lightning talk, so if you have an idea and there's something that you're excited about or that you want to share, come and find one of the organizers or email us at team@za.pycon.org and give us a title and your name, and then show up this afternoon at the lightning talks and be ready to hold the mic. Slides are optional. Yes, so come and share your ideas and enrich the conference for everyone. Next up, this is a bit longer range, but on the weekend at Josie Hub, which is just down the road at 44 Stanley, we're going to be sprinting. Hands up if you know what sprints are. Okay, that's even fewer people. So sprints are just people getting together to work on stuff, whether that be fixing bugs or writing on code or brainstorming ideas or having a joint study group. Essentially, whatever you want to do, if it's even vaguely Python related or probably software related in general, just come along to Josie Hub. You don't need to have attended the conference and join us and work on Python things and chat to people about your ideas and try and get people to help you code. Yeah, your sprints need you. Happening alongside the sprints is software carpentry. Hands up if you know what software carpentry is. Okay, that's almost no one. Oh, Carl knows. So software carpentry is an initiative to try and improve the software practices in academia. So there are a lot of people who are writing small amounts of code for data analysis or for automating their research. And software carpentry aims to help them do it better with Python, mostly. But they also teach other languages and basic skills. There are still tickets available. If learning Python, the shell, and Git sounds like something that you want to do, even if you're not in academia, go to the PyConZA webpage, look for the software carpentry link under events, and go and buy a ticket. Yes, tell your friends. There are also 2 social events, and I've attempted to summarize them in this handy table. So today there are drinks in the atrium downstairs. On the way out, we are paying, but the drinks are limited. And it's here at the venue. On Friday, we're going to do a dinner outing to Europa, which is an Italian restaurant. It has halal and vegetarian options. No, not the Munich Jupiter, although you're welcome to also stop by there if you like. Yes, it's not free, but we hope you'll come along anyway. Yeah. Oh, the details are on the website. It's about 10 minutes north of here. We're also, if you are Muslim and would like to go to prayers, we are arranging lifts tomorrow from 12:30 to 1. Speak to the organizers if you would like to take advantage of this opportunity. Yeah, they're just available. Okay, that's the exciting parts of the program, other than the talks and things, which I will leave to speakers. Just some admin things. So if you can't remember everything I've just said, there is a schedule on the website. And mostly Neil has implemented support for Pentabarf, which is the XML format used by Jiggity. Jiggity is an Android application for viewing conference schedules on your phone. So if you install Jiggity and enter the URL that you'll find on the za.pycon.org website, you will have a conference schedule which doesn't rely on having access to the conference Wi-Fi. Speaking of conference Wi-Fi, in your swag bags, you should find a small piece of paper which has a username and a password. This will in theory allow you to connect to the Wi-Fi. Success so far has been mixed, but we're speaking to the venue about it and hopefully things will improve. Yes, where are things? So in roughly the order that I think you will need the various locations. Tea and coffee is happening on this floor, outside in between the two venues. There are bathrooms just outside each of the two rooms. Room 211 is right next to registration, so where you collected your name badges, it's just over there. Lunch will be downstairs in the atrium, so if you look over the balcony, that's where we'll be having lunch. And yes, take the stairs or elevator down. Do not attempt to Quake level it. Okay, none of this could happen without sponsors. So I wanted to just introduce you to each of our sponsors quickly. First of all, some new sponsors. So takealot, yes, are our biggest sponsor this year. They took the platinum sponsorship. You will see their signs all around. And you have got 200 Rand takealot gift vouchers in your swag bags. So thank you very much to takealot. And I believe they are hiring, so yes, go and find their, they have a desk down at the atrium where lunch is, so if you have a moment during lunch or otherwise go and say hello and speak to them. We also have lots of old sponsors who've been with us for for multiple years. Thank you again to PyConZA Foundation, who I work for. They've supported PyConZA in a really big way since the beginning. And yeah, we're very grateful for them allowing me to spend a bunch of my work time on organizing things. Oracle are sponsoring again this year. They have a big office in Cape Town. They're also looking for people. Yes, and thank you again to Oracle for sponsoring. Amazon have also sponsored us every year. They also have a big office in Cape Town. And thank you again to them. We have another new sponsor, BBD. You can see them walking around in their really shiny BBD Python t-shirts. Say hello to them. SUNGARD also sponsoring for the first time. And last but not least, the Python Software Foundation, who have sponsored PyConZA every year and are actually really happy to sponsor all kinds of things. So if there is something Python related which you could use a bit of money to help make happen, email the PSF. If that seems too scary, just email one of the PyConZA organizers and we can put you in touch with someone at the PSF. Yeah, and this includes potentially going to conferences and things. So if someone kind of really wants to go to, say, a SciPy conference to present something SciPy related that they're working on, the PSF, there's a good chance the PSF will contribute to your costs. So don't be afraid to ask. Cool. We have a code of conduct for the conference, which is really just attempting to set norms for what kind of behavior is expected. And it's the full details on the website. I'm just going to summarize it here as be considerate of others, and especially be considerate of the fact that they may have different backgrounds or expectations or experiences to you. For example, they may use a different web framework. So a big part of coming to conferences is to experience new ideas. And as software developers, we're really good at finding bugs. I mean, a large part of our professional lives are looking at software or looking at ideas and poking holes in them. But at conferences, I think it would maybe be good for us to all switch that around for 2 days and to really, when we encounter a new idea, look for what's awesome about it first and pick holes in it second. Cool. And lastly, have fun and don't take anything too seriously. We are, after all, gathered here to talk about a programming language named after a comedic group who came up with the Lumberjack song. Thank you. And now I'm going to hand over to Neil, who's emceeing.
Okay.